But of course, we got to finish the 2024 season.
Yep.
And tomorrow is the 2024 edition of the Frisco Bowl
Hmm.
between the Memphis Tigers and the West Virginia Mountaineers. What is the
Right.
mindset for the Mountaineers going into that game?
It's yet to be determined, Jackson. To be honest with you, man, it could go either way. You're either going to get a team who's not focused, who's distracted by the portal, who's distracted by the fact that they have a new coach, a new coach coming into the program. They're going to be playing for an interim coach in Chad Scott. You could get that team, or you're going to get a team who's laser focused, who wants to go out and win a game for their interim coach, who they all seemingly love, who wants to go out and in the season with a victory for the seniors that are going to be leaving. And let's be honest, they might be trying out for they're trying out for this new coach. For the guys who want to stay, this is an opportunity for them to show what they can do for the new coach and new staff. Or if they want to leave, they need to try out for a new program, right? Whoever they're going to be playing for, they need to put one more game on film. So, but again, we're dealing with, you're talking about 18, 19, 20-year-olds here for the most part. Where's their head going to be? That's going to be the huge factor to me. And not only that, they're playing a really good football team in Memphis who has a 10-2 record, only 2 losses being to Navy and UTSA, 2 really good teams. So I'll be anxious to see which team shows up. And if the team that shows up focused, if that team shows up, then I think it'll be a really good football game. If not, then I think Memphis could run away with it.
Yeah. And, I hope I don't upset West Virginia Nation when I say it, but I feel like I'm reluctantly going with Memphis for that game because, I don't know what the status is for the University of West Virginia is. It's like, when in doubt, I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to go with Memphis for this game, and
That's fair.
basically going to be a 35-24 victory because, Memphis, they don't have anything going on. They're not sitting there thinking about, oh, are we going to be on the Club Random with Bill Maher podcast? Are we going to be on Joe Rogan? Or are we going to be on Pat McAfee? They're not thinking about things like that. They're thinking about, how do we finish out the 2024 season?
Yep. And they have a really good track record in bowl games. They're like 4-1 or something, or something like that in the last few bowl games they played. I don't remember the exact record, but they have a really good track record. And West Virginia has kind of been up and down in bowl games, but again, there's so many unknowns with West Virginia. Like you said, when there's this many unknowns and this many questions on one side and not so many on the other, it's kind of logical to go with the one where there's no questions. And Memphis is favored by, depending on which sports book you use, anywhere from 4.5 to 5. And so it'll be interesting to see if West Virginia can keep it, within a field goal and have a shot at the end.
Yeah, what's funny is, I remember when there was a time where Memphis football wasn't exactly all that. They were basically a doormat of the Conference USA, and they didn't do so well in their first year of the AAC. They weren't looked at as a football program. They were looked at as the premier basketball program of Tennessee. But now they're the premier. They're one of the premier group of 5 teams in college football.
They are. And they might even look at this game. Memphis may look, and I'm looking at it from their perspective. Memphis may look at this game and be going, "Why in the world are they putting us against a 6-6 team?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that 6-6 team's out of a power league, so it kind of makes sense in that regard. But they're sitting here at 10-2 with wins. They just beat Tulane a couple weeks ago, right? Who was at one time was a top 25 team, and you're putting us against a team who finished 6-6 and fired their coach. What's going on here? So they could use that as motivation. So it'll be interesting to see which team shows up on both sides of the ball, on the Memphis side and the West Virginia side of the equation.
Oh, great. I'm curious to see what Coach Silverfield's going to bring out for the future for Memphis. It looks pretty good.
And I don't want to give away too much because I have a prediction video coming out as well. But
okay.
I can just tell you, I think West Virginia's going to have their hands full. I will say that. And Well, I don't care to share it. I mean, I think this is going to come out after mine. So after my show, I'm picking Memphis to win the game by a field goal. Is basically what I'm predicting. Because I don't think the matchup's good. West Virginia struggles to cover the pass. That's what Memphis is. It's one of Memphis' strengths. Is throwing the football. They have a really good passing offense. Really good offense in general. I mean, they can run it as well. And then on the flip side, West Virginia loves to run the football, and Memphis is top 10 in the nation in run defense. So I just don't think it's a great matchup for West Virginia. The only hope I have is that Memphis just hasn't played the level of competition that they need to play to be prepared for this game, and that West Virginia comes out playing like their hair's on fire and ready to prove something. That's the hope I have, and maybe Garrett Green has a great day throwing the football that he has yet to have really this year, and West Virginia can pull an upset here. But to me, when everything points to Memphis winning the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those it is what it is games. Like, it's like we'll know what happens afterwards. And I do hope West Virginia can win this game, but if they don't, well, 2025 and 2026 are on the way.
Absolutely. New things to new horizons, new era, if you want to say so, right, is on the way.
Yep. There we go.